Welcome, chess learners, to Lesson 3. Today we're going to learn the basic fundamentals of tactics. Tactics are very smart moves in the game which can help you win. We're going to start with the pin. The pin is one of the most known tactics in the world, and it can really help you. A pin is when one piece attacks another piece, but that piece can't move because there's a more important piece behind it. For example, in white, in this position, can move the rook to f8. We can learn our notation and coordinates. And in this position, the knight is pinned because it's a pin tactic. The knight cannot move because the king would be captured, so that would be an illegal move, and therefore it is a pin. Sometimes, for example, if we replace this king with maybe a rook or a queen, this would also be a pin because the most important piece is behind the pinned piece. Also, this is not a very absolute pin. An absolute pin is where the knight is illegal. It's illegal for the knight to move. But in this position, the knight can move because the queen is not that important. The only problem is you would still lose your important piece. Now we're going to move on to the next tactic. It is called fork. A fork is when a piece, for example, a knight, attacks two pieces at the exact same time. We can also call this a double attack, but to make it more fun, we'll call it a fork. In this position, it is black to move, and black wants to fork the king and the rook. How does black do it? Well, first, the black knight can move to this square. You can see it is giving check to the king while at the same time attacking the rook. This is called a fork. In some cases, the fork can be very crazy and beautiful at the same time. For example, in this position. Can you spot the fork that black can have? Well, if you found this move, that is a very major fork. The knight attacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces at the exact same time. So when white moves away, you have the choice of capturing a bishop, the other bishop, one of the two rooks, or the queen. Most of the time we capture the queen because it's the most important piece in the game, and we just got ourselves a free queen with no other queens against us. Now we're going to move on to the third and final basic tactics for this lesson. We call it the skewer. The skewer is a sort of like a pin, but the most important piece is in front of the file or rank or diagonal or wherever the skewer is happening. So in this position, it is black again. How does black win in this position? Well, I will flip the board so we are basically black. And now how does black win in this position? If you found rook e8 check, then great job, because this is called a skewer. The king is the more important piece, and it is in the front. Therefore, the king must be forced to move. and after that, the queen that has been left behind can now be captured by us, and we are officially winning and up an entire rook. Now that you have learned all of the basic 3 fundamental tactics, I will see you again in lesson 4.